Hi friends, thank you so much for coming to hang out with me today. I'm really excited because we are kicking off a brand new series, brand spanking new. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll have a lot of laughs. But the main thing is that I actually have an empty chair over here because I am bringing out another guest. So, without further ado...
Hello!
And you are?
I am Connor.
Yes. Okay, so Connor is my husband, and he's going to be hanging out with us today for a Friday night draft.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Just a couple things about Friday Night Draft. You want to pick the overall best team, so you're trying to pick the best cards possible while still maintaining some sense of balance. You start by rolling a die, and then whoever has high roll gets to go first. Everyone has 5 picks, and once a card's taken, that's it, it's off the table. Then the community will vote on who had the overall best team. May the best team win. Hey friends, I am so excited today because we are doing the very first one and only for Friday Night Draft, and we have a very special guest today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
What up? I'm Connor.
And you are?
I'm the husband of Queen Honey.
Wow. Yeah, very good, very good. Okay, so I'm really excited, also really nervous because I honestly wasn't expecting to win the dice roll, and Connor's very adamant that there's a very obvious pick one. So I don't think I'm going to pick it from what his standpoint is because we're very different Magic players. But we're going to kick things off. I did win the dice roll. My pack one, pick one for Friday Night Draft is Esper Sentinel. Which is... Okay, Esper Sentinel, which is an artifact creature. It costs 1 white mana. He's a human soldier. He's a 1/1. And he says, whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, draw a card unless that player pays X, where X is Esper Sentinel's power. I think that this is really strong because it's automatic card draw in white. It's like a Ristic Study, but in white, in my opinion, something just as powerful. But I also love when in white we can give him +1/+1 counters. So you are drawing X, where X is Esper Sentinel's power. So if we're bumping him up with counters, you can get through him as a 3/3, a 12/12. You're drawing all these cards. So I just think that there's lots of versatility with Esper Sentinel. But the fact that he's a strong character that's a 1/1 in white, which is all of these things all together, is why I picked him as my pick one for my draft. So that's my draft one, is Esper Sentinel.
Dang, that was it. That is the obvious pick.
Is it
That
really?
is the easiest, best card in Commander in EDH when it comes to one-drop creatures.
Are you messing around? Or
I am 100% serious.
Okay.
That exactly... I was trying to keep a straight face, but I had to admit, that was the easiest pick out of them all, I thought.
Okay, cool. Well, what's your pack one then?
So for my 102, I am going to take this. I don't know. I have to pivot. I'm going to have to go with Allorsaurus Shepherd. It is a 1 green mana for a 1/1 elf shaman that reads, this spell can't be countered. Green spells, this is the next part, this is really good. Green spells you control can't be countered. So that's why it's so powerful. But it also has this third ability as well for green, and 4, where until end of turn, each elf creature you control has base power and toughness 5/5 and becomes a dinosaur in addition to its other types. So just another extra little thing there. If you run an elf tribal, that can be a bonus as well. But really, you're just putting that in there to help protect your green spells. Super good.
You mentioned Elf Tribal, which is why I also had Allorsaurus Shepherd on my list, but it was like number 4, just because it is like a typal card. So I think that, it's kind of situational, especially for EDH decks and that reason. So I'm a little surprised that you're pick one. But I will say it was on my list because just the fact that it can't be countered in green spells that you have for the rest of the game can't be countered. That's just really
pretty powerful.
Really good.
Pretty powerful.
You feel good with your pick one?
No.
Okay, well, it was on my list.
It goes Esper Sentinel, 5 tier breaks, then everything else.
Wow. It was on my list too, so I'm a little bummed. But my pick 2 is Delver of Secrets, which is a blue 1-cost spell. He is a 1/1 creature human wizard that says at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card. If an instant or sorcery card is revealed this way, transform Delver of Secrets. And he then transforms into a 3/2 flyer. So, the reasons that I'm picking Delver of Secrets is that at the beginning of your upkeep, you have manipulation from your deck already, being able to see that top card before your draw step to be able to do any kind of shenanigans. If you have mana left over to manipulate your library in any other extra way, you get advantage there. You also can reveal the card to transform him, so the fact that he automatically is a 1/1 from a rum drop, but he can, if you are revealing that instant or sorcery, having him being a 1-drop as a 3/2 flyer, I think is really strong. But anything that allows me to look at the top of my library, I think is really good as well. And I don't really see people... I don't think that people are going to be playing their counter spells on Delver of Secrets or anything. I think that they're going to be trying to save those for something that they consider to be a little bit more of a threat. So I think that he flies under the radar.
Okay, not bad. I would not take it there, but that's okay to make a mistake here since you got Esper Sentinel.
Okay.
I'm a little stuck as what I'm going to go for my second pick overall. I think I'm actually going to do a little something wild here. And actually I'm not. I'm just going to stick with green, and I'm going to go with Birds of Paradise. I don't think you can go wrong with Birds of Paradise. Definitely the best mana dork. Can tap for anything. 0/1 flyer for 1 green mana. I think everyone would say it's the best mana dork, so pretty happy with that pick.
Okay, speaking of mana dorks, I'm going to go into my pick 3, which is going to be Noble Hirearch.
Yeah.
And she is a human druid, 0/1 with Exalted. You can tap her to add green, white, or blue to your mana pool. And she is a green spell, so costing 1 forest to get out there. I think that this is a little bit better than a bop because, you know, Bird of Paradise, you can obviously fly your little bird over there. But you got options over here with Noble Hirearch of those 3 different colors you could do, plus you have Exalted. So whenever a creature you control attacks alone, that creature gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. So there's more options here.
But Birds of Paradise can tap for any color. So you can tap for those 3 plus 2 more.
That's true. That is true.
So that's better. And EDH Exalted isn't as important, I don't think.
I think it depends on the deck that you're playing.
Maybe in Voltron or something like that.
Yeah.
But so I know this next card is definitely going to be picked. There's 2 of them that are really well known, really well played, and I'm going back and forth as which one I would rather take. I think I might just skip those right now, and I think I'm just going to go to something really good. I don't know. I'm really struggling here. So we have what? 3 more picks?
You do. I have 2 more.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. I might just stick with the green and the elf theme. I'm going to go with Rhys the Redeemed. I think that's pronounced Rhys. It is a 1 mana, can be either white or green. It's a 1/1. And it's a legendary creature. So I like this because this can be your commander. I think it's really fun to choose a 1-drop commander because you can play it turn 1. And you can pay 2 and a white or a green, tap it, and create a 1/1 green and white elf warrior creature token. So get some tokens out there. Tokens or elf tribal, things like that. And you can also pay 4 and a white green and a white green. So 6 total, and tap it. And for each creature token you control, create a token that's a copy of that creature. So it's a token doubler in itself. I think it's really powerful. I think it's just a really fun commander to run. I don't expect that to be on Queen Honey's list, but I just wanted to throw it out there. I think it's a fun card and definitely was one I was definitely going to take away from this draft.
Yeah, you're right. That wasn't on my list. I honestly didn't even think of that card. I am a little bummed because it is really good, so kudos to you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's very many cards we've said so far that can be commanders. So that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm having a hard time. I think I'm at that point because I have a lot of like cards that are probably better than what I want to say, but the ones that I want to say are all of my pet cards. I only have 2 picks left, so I'm a little nervous about that. I don't know. I have a couple pet cards that I want to go through. I'm going to go ahead and say one. This is a pet card of mine. It cost 1 red. Do you have any guess as to what it would be?
1 red. So I'm thinking Monastery Swiftspear. I'm thinking of Ragavan. I'm thinking of Vexing Devil. I know you really like Vexing Devil specifically in drafts. I'm going to go with Vexing Devil.
Yeah, okay, so you said 2 that were on my list, but it is. It's Vexing Devil.
Nice.
Vexing Devil. So Vexing Devil is 1 mana red of a devil, and he is a 4/3. And says, when a Vexing Devil enters the battlefield, any opponent may have Vexing Devil deal 4 damage to them. If a player does, sacrifice Vexing Devil. Just like I say in all of my videos, I want options. So Vexing Devil does just that. He gives us options. If we are having him as a 1-drop 4/3 creature because no player wants to take the 4 damage, it's a 1-drop 4/3 creature. So really strong, really big, powerful creature. He doesn't have like anything other crazy stuff, but just the fact that it's a 1-drop 4/3 I think is really powerful, especially in early game when you can just be swinging him out and you're either going to kill off other opponents' creatures from them blocking, or getting in that damage where they're like, I got the life, I can take it. But after time, that adds up. So I think that having a 1-drop 4/3 creature is really good, even if he doesn't have trample or anything else crazy. But the fact that when he ETBs, any opponent can decide for it to deal 4 damage to them, I think is really good. Everyone thinks that life is just this commodity that they don't mind sharing, they don't mind getting rid of. You know, people are paying life to have all these lands in her and to do things with their creatures, so they just see this life as like a thing in the background that I'm trying to win the game before life count matters. But I think that in my experience, especially for EDH games, life matters a lot, more than people give it credit. So I think the fact that we can just have the 4 damage off the bat really is a strong thing.
Yeah, gotcha. I think that can be valid. You know, it's a very fun card. Can be powerful as well. So I will go to this is our 4th pick, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to my 4th pick. I'm struggling here right now to either pick mom or stepmom. For those of you that don't know, those are Mother of Runes and Giver of Runes. Both very similar cards, both 1 white. And you tap it. Mom gives target creature a protection from any color. Giver of Runes gives another creature protection from colorless or the color of your choice.
So which one are you picking here?
I think I'm actually going to do something a lot of people might disagree with. I would actually rather pick Giver of Runes, I think, in this situation. I'm going to pick Giver of Runes, and because I think in Commander most of the time, you know, you're protecting your commander. You're protecting another creature. So I'm okay with stepmom dying if I can give another creature protection, because stepmom or Giver of Runes gives something protection from colorless. You have that additional option. So it can protect from colorless spells or colorless artifacts that might target a creature you control. So for my 4th pick, I'm going to pick Giver of Runes.
Really strong. I was shaking my head. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I mean, I had all these other things up my sleeves. I'm going to say Mother of Runes as my 5th and final pick. Mother of Runes, a white human cleric, 1/1 tap. Mother of Runes, target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. Her flavor text says, my family protects all families. So she really does that. In all of my experience, you know, I'm not the greatest Magic player out there. You are a better Magic player than I am, and so I forget that Mother of Runes will be on the battlefield, and I will have my shenanigans and my tricks up my sleeve, but then it doesn't matter because Mother of Runes is hanging out over there doing her thing. So I think that Mother of Runes needed to be included in my list just because I've forgotten about her so many times on other people's battlefields and I've gotten screwed over by it. All the reasons that you said of giving protection, just still really strong. Mother of Runes as the 1/1 is really strong. You're not swinging with mom, so she's just hanging out, you know, there to protect all families. So that concludes my list.
Okay, gotcha. Not bad. I think I kind of gave you that one. That was a pretty obvious pick there. I'm really struggling again as to what this last pick. I have a lot of cards still on my list. I think I'm actually going, so I have a green card, a white green card, and a white card. So I think I'm actually going to pick something a little different, something that's fun to run. I'm going to pick Viscera Seer. I always struggle to say that first word. Viscera Seer. It's a 1 black, 1/1 vampire wizard that has sacrifice a creature, scry 1. And oftentimes this card's really overlooked, But the reason this card can be very powerful, it's a sacrifice outlet. You don't have to pay mana. You don't have to tap something. You can just sacrifice any creature on your board to scry 1, which can be really powerful for things like Mayhem Devil or some of those sacrifice decks where you're trying to, or maybe you have a Blood Artist, things like that out, where you're sacrificing either tokens or maybe a Graveyard Recursion card where you can deal some damage to other people. So it gets you kind of doing that. And then the Scry 1's just kind of a bonus to kind of help you manipulate the top of your library.
Well, I think that's really good. I think we both have really strong lists. I think it'll be interesting to see how the community votes on who they think is the best one. What are you feeling? Are you feeling good about yours?
I'm not, no. I think you got that really good first pick. Then I think, I think I should not have taken Giver of Runes when I did. I think I should have waited. I think you would have pivoted. But I'm confident with the direction I went with, the picks I had.
I honestly might have pivoted. I was leaning towards something else a little bit more, but I don't think it would have mattered that much.
I figured you would have taken, Soul Warden. You would have taken Soul Warden.
Well, so I'll go through the rest of my list. So honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are Ragavan, Nimble Pilfer.
That's on mine.
Allorsaurus Shepherd, which you already took. Dragonmaster Outcast.
Yeah, that was on mine.
Soul's Attendant. And Hedron Crab.
Okay, that's a fun one too, with Hedron Crab.
Yeah.
My honorable mention, I knew I was never actually going to pick it, but my favorite card probably on this list, I love throwing it in there. Love it in drafts, but I like it in EDH as well, which is Giant Killer. That's from Thrones of Eldraine. It's an adventure card. So the adventure on it is white and 2. It's called Chop Down. It's an instant. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Great card just with that, but the utility of a 2-for-1, because then you can play it for the adventure card later, and it's a 1 white 1/2 for 2 mana, tap it and tap target creature. So it's really good against a deck that maybe has a really strong creature that might come at you, or Voltron decks. Really love it. I knew it probably wasn't going to make the cut though. Like you said, I also had Ragavan. Sylvan Safekeeper was on my list as well. I think that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't probably going to take it next, but the card that I really wanted was Weathered Wayfarer. I think it's really good white ramp and search in white, and it can search for any land, not just a basic land.
I was really interested. This is my last comment, is that I was surprised to see that you had so many green picks. I mean, there are a lot of really good one-drop for green, because, it's kind of like the rampy thing anyways, but I was surprised that you had so many green picks.
I had 3. Two in white green, so yeah. There's some good ones out there. So I'm okay. I'm happy with the way it went. Don't think I had a better draft.
I'm definitely winning this. This one's all me.
Yeah, this one probably goes to the queen, but I'm pretty happy with the way I took it.
And that's why I'm the queen. All right, so we have concluded the very first Friday night draft here on Green Honey Games. How do you feel about it?
It was a lot of fun. I love this kind of stuff. Love drafting. I know we do this kind of stuff a lot. I feel like I wasn't as happy with some of the picks I made, but it was hard to pass up when you got Esper Sentinel first. So
yeah,
it was fun though.
Yeah, good. Thank you so much for being here. Really excited for you guys to know Connor as my hubs. But I'm really excited for this series. I think Friday Night Draft is going to be a whole lot of fun. If you guys have any ideas of what kind of draft you would find very entertaining to listen to what we're going to pick out. I'm also going to be connecting with some other content creators to be making these videos together. So let us know, one, what you want to hear. So what kind of draft would you like to watch? But then also, second, it's going to be who you want to see drafting during Friday Night Draft. But thank you guys so much for being here. Can't wait to see you in the next one. And as always, happy gaming. Cool. Thank you.
You have to cut that last part out. You kissed